You're watching Thursday's edition of Morning Ride on Delta Television, the People's Pride. Now, we are still basking in the euphoria of the independence of Nigeria. 65 years later, and we keep thriving, we keep standing. Whether you say striving or thriving, Nigeria continues to move. And talking about movement, we also do our movement basically on the road, whether as pedestrians or as motorists or commuters or as people just driving to and fro. There's a particular segment or particular segment of people that their interest is to ensure that we drive, and I'm sure you even walk safely. I'm talking about the Federal Road Safety, and here with us is the Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, as we discuss on the topic, Nigeria at 65, Driving Culture, the Road Safety Commission Impact. Now, I'll let you know that before the program started, I gave a salutation, and she threatened me that if I do it wrongly, she
didn't threaten you.
She warned me.
Must you expose me?
I explained to that. That's what the media does. We expose everything.
She didn't threaten you.
She told me she was going to. So
me
for that reason, she will introduce herself, so I don't get anything wrongly. That's why I'm going to leave her to do the introduction herself. So please let us know who you are, and then let's get down to business, so I don't get to pay anything.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here.
Good morning.
My name is Corps Commander Joyce Nennaya Alexander. I'm the Sector Commander for the Federal Road Safety Corps, Delta Sector Command.
It's good to have you, ma'am.
And I just resumed last week.
Oh,
wow, congratulations.
Yes. Welcome to Delta State.
Yes.
You're just coming into Delta State.
I just took over on Thursday last week, so today is exactly 1 week I took over.
So let's start on that note.
Yeah.
1
How
week
has
after.
it been?
Has Delta State, has it been?
Oh well, each state has its own peculiarities. Like I said when I had a press interview some days ago,
yes.
I will need to study exactly. Of course, I have already seen 1 or 2 issues that I would like to tackle.
Yes.
But having seen them, I also need to sit down with my principal officers and find out, has there been anything done before on this? And then for them to also guide me on what needs to be done, and then I can now start making my inputs. But having come from Anambra State, I was Sector Commander Anambra State, posted directly from Anambra State to this place. I've had some interactions with Delta State, specifically as it has to do with the Onitsha Head Bridge.
Okay.
So I should say that, yes, I'm a little bit familiar with Delta State, but not familiar to the strength of working familiarity. Okay. So those are things I will need to look at, and then I will know how to go forward.
Well, welcome to Delta State.
Thank you.
Welcome to Delta State. All right, leave it.
Okay, so we are looking at driving culture, Nigeria at 65, driving culture and the Road Safety Commission impact. How would you rate the driving culture of Nigerians? How would you rate it? Would you say they are doing well, or there is more to be done? Just give us an overview of the driving culture of Nigerians, especially as we celebrate 65.
I think in terms of driving culture in Nigeria, the Federal Road Safety Corps has made an impact. I say that on the strength of the fact that World Bank reports has about, just by the inception of the Federal Road Safety Corps in 1988, placed Nigeria as second on the list of crash-prone countries globally. Yes. But with the establishment of the Federal Road Safety Corps, we've been able to bring it down, really, really down. And FRSC, by reason of what we've been doing, has actually become a model for World Bank, for other African countries.
That's a good one.
We head most of these African traffic, road traffic related committees, agencies, and all the rest of them. We've even had to borrow staff to some of those countries to bring up their citizens on traffic management. Now, let it not be as if it's on paper. No, things are happening here. Reduction in crashes are very, very evident. But the largest room in the world is the room called improvements.
Yeah.
So having said all that, there's still a lot left to be done.
Yes.
We are into public enlightenment. We are into so many things. We are into what we call the RTSSS, which is Road Transport Safety Standardization Scheme. What does that mean? Everybody, every fleet operator, if you have any vehicle, your vehicles are up to 5, we put you under control, under regulation. These are people that ply the road at all times. So we make sure that at least we regulate the way they ply the road. Now we have that. Everybody knows that these days it's not easy to get the driver's license. It's not like before where you get 2, 3 driver's licenses and you're holding it. Now, once your biometric is taken, it will throw it up that this person has a driver's license before.
Okay.
There's a lot of processes to be done. Why is that so? Because years back, the FRSC realized that we need to be at par with other countries, particularly developed countries, when it comes to driver's license issuance. And we insisted on what is called the integrity of the driver's license and then the reciprocity of the driver's license. So if you're in some of these developed countries now and you are required to get a driver's license, all you need to do is to write to us. We will confirm that yes, your driver's license in Nigeria, you got it legitimately. Once we're able to do that, the country allows you to drive. That's reciprocity, because when they send their people to us too, we do that. So in terms of regulation of fleet operations, in terms of driver's license, and also in terms of vehicle registration, I think we have really done very well. As at this year, I think we have recovered about 65 vehicles that were stolen. In short, one of the ones I recovered in Anambra State, the vehicle had been stolen for 3 years.
Wow.
Yes, it was just a matter of imputing the details when somebody wanted to register the vehicle again, and all the details came out. Phone number of the owner that had registered it, everything. And then we made a call to the owner. And she said, for 3 years, I've been looking for that vehicle. And we handed the person. And that's just not the last. So I think I could blow my horn and say that we've been doing well.
Yes.
But I'm not delusional to think that we have arrived at where we need to do. There are evolving trends. Nigerians are getting more volatile, they are getting more whatever. The country, like they said, nobody they smile. The country is not making anybody to smile.
People are rushing.
People are rushing, yes. So we get such things, and sometimes it's difficult to enforce.
Yes.
Yes, in the face of the animosities or whatever. But I think we're making strides. It might not be giant strides, but it's significant strides.
At least compared to, let's say, 5 to 10 years ago
Thank
to
you.
now,
Thank
it's,
you.
it's
Thank
better.
you.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I gathered that the country recorded over 9,000 deaths due to road traffic incidents, and that's quite a lot.
That's quite a lot, but
quite a
we
lot.
are doing everything to, like I said, the largest room in the world is
Yes.
the room called improvement. Now,
again.
while you said that about deaths, the crashes themselves have reduced.
Yes.
What seems to be rising is the deaths. And what does that mean? Certain road traffic infractions like overloading,
Yes.
overspeeding, child safety, they are on the increase. Like I said, nobody they smile now. The average driver wants to carry overload. The average commercial driver wants to carry overload because he wants to make his money.
Fast.
So while the crashes have reduced, if there is a crash, the tendency is that instead of you losing maybe 4 people, you are losing about 6 or 7 people. Why? Because of the overloaded vehicles. We even have people who now pack loads on top of their vehicles, and you see women, particularly from farms, the women will be up on top of those loads. So if there's any small shift in the vehicle, it's actually the human beings that fall first.
Not even day. Not even day.
No, before you even
Yes.
talk about the load.
Yes.
It's the human
That's
beings that
true.
fall first.
Very sad.
And we are targeting these people. But when you stop them to enforce, the first question they ask you is, you go give me money where I go take enter another transport. So the country is not
They
smart.
don't even care.
But you cannot jettison your safety on the altar of you go give me money where I go take. No, you cannot.
Is this why 80% of the fatalities have been men?
Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
Because that's what I found out while doing
Yes.
my research.
Yes.
80% are men. What are you doing to change this narrative for my My gender.
For your gender.
Because I'm concerned.
Your gender, they like overspeeding. You know, women are very careful.
Thank you for answering that question for me. Thank you for doing it.
And in truth, 50% of these deaths are basically from overspeeding at the same time.
Yes.
And they are from men.
Amongst youth.
Because the average man wants to boast that from Asaba to Benin, I made it in 30 minutes.
Yes, that's true.
The average woman is not interested in that.
Yes.
In short, if you're on the road, it's the average man that is running for the average woman. When he turns and sees it's a woman, he says, oh, now woman.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
The average woman is not interested in that. She is thinking of her family. She is thinking of so much. But the average man wants to sit down with his cronies and tell them that, the other day, what did they do for road for 1 hour? I've been go Benin from Asaba for within 30 minutes. He takes it as a boast. But it goes beyond the man. Yes, we recognize that. But that's why we are concerted. This is just one of them. We make concerted efforts for public enlightenment, individually, in a group. We even have what we call offenders lecture. Every command in FRS nationwide, if you are caught for any traffic infraction, before your papers are given to you, you need to go through what we call offenders lecture. And then we need to give our highway code to you. Because if you're caught in any traffic infraction, we take it that you are not versed in the highway code. So we gave you the highway code yesterday, and today you are caught again, we'll give you another highway code. Until you learn to read the highway code and know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do.
Okay, basically, I will not deny or debate the fact that FRSC, they keep on educating, they keep on talking. Right here on Delta Television, Delta DBS Asaba, we have various programs, and I've seen them do various conversations, basically. But let's talk about embracing technology. What have we embraced so far? You know, when we see these Hollywood movies and we see all those big checks, hey, come back here, and there are many ways to do that. But in Nigeria, it seems it's more or less stop, you're overspeeding. Looks like it's an argument every now and then. What are we doing to embrace modern technology to ensure that we stop this 50% deaths that come from speeding, this by 80% men that die on road because they would not hear words in Nigerian balance? Either they are involved in overloading or the rest of it. What technological advancements have been done by the Federal Road Safety or embraced by Federal Road Safety to ensure that we reduce road crashes in Nigeria?
We're getting there. You know, technology in Nigeria is step by step. Some years back, we got into what we call flying tickets.
Flying ticket?
Yes. What does the word flying tickets mean? It means that an offender, a motorist has offended, you don't need to pursue the motorist. Take the number, feed it into our portal, and you get the man down to his...
or the woman?
Yes, but with the man. The man.
I was with the ticket, so you don't mind me.
But we came to find out
that
basically some of them, the addresses they give sometimes are fake. Some of them, there's so much. So we're building up our data now, and I make bold to say that today in Nigeria, FRSC basically has a robust, rich database of vehicles and drivers. A robust database. Now, by the time we finish building it up, we should be able to do what I just talked about and do it more comfortably. And that is the flying ticket, where you don't even need to chase an offender. That's number one. Number two, the government is doing well. Some state governments, even in some areas by the federal government, they have established cameras, CCTVs, where you can get the number of the person and you should be able to push towards the person. On our own side, we've started what we call e-ticketing. Apart from that e-ticketing, once we get you, right there, we don't need to say, okay, let's, when we get home, we'll do and cross-check your driver's license or whatever. Right there on the road, there is an app. We input the details of your number plate and whatever, and it will push it out and tell us, right there on the road by the operatives, whether you are registered, whether your number is uploaded into our system. All such things will come out. So it's a gradual process.
Okay.
It's a gradual process.
All right.
Okay, so let's look at this heavy, we talked about those heavy trucks and the women, most of the women coming from the farm. But let's look at those heavy trucks. on the road. It's like they are in a world of their own. They don't think about people. When they come, even the horn alone can take you into the ditch. Yes. So what are you doing is it to meet with those persons or the association or
we are doing
whoever?
that.
Yes, because it's like they are a threat.
They are.
On the road.
They are. We are doing that. If not that you're a broadcast organization, I come here and finish, nobody will know that I have educated you people on anything. So that's what we do too. We go to them and not necessarily publicize. Of course, there's a level it will reach and we will publicize. I know that in Anambra State, I was already doing that. And it's not just something that started now. We have people that we look at as the primary road users. Even you, that you are working in an establishment, so long as you use the road, whether as a driver or as a pedestrian or as a passenger, we get to you. Nobody knows. But most times we publicize it, like I will be shown now, and oh, this person is doing public enlightenment. Now, coming to your question on that, as a matter of fact, as I entered last week, I've already minuted something coming from headquarters, asking for the updates on the training of tank farm operatives. What is tank farm? Tank farm is where all these heavy-duty trucks load most of their things from, particularly the liquid items, where they load from, because we are very, very concerned about the haulage of all these that articulated vehicles do, whether they are even well tied, whether they are carrying the right load they have the right load consistency, yes, and all those. But Nigeria is a peculiar place. You will talk, like I keep telling people, you will enter a class and you will talk to children, up to 20 of them. At the end of the day, maybe only 5 or 10 that will take what you talk and put it to use. So you keep talking and talking and talking, and that's what we keep doing. And then, of course, we leverage on enforcement, which sometimes is also not pleasant. Like I tell people, if I can do public enlightenment and everybody hears, it's much more better. It's easy for me. It's a whole lot easier for me than standing on the road and enforcing. But enforcement you must do if public enlightenment fails, and that's what we're doing. I know that before I came in, I know that the former sector commander was doing all these things. And like I said when I talked with the press on Monday, I said that I've come to build on whatever successes had already been made, just as my successor in Anambra State is there to build on whatever success I've already established. And we will continue, we will not relent.
Wish you all the best doing that. I trust you would, based on our conversation so far. But I was looking at the Friends stages, recently, and I was a little bit jealous.
You were looking at?
A Friends stages, a fellow broadcaster stages. I was a little jealous. He had this thing done on him, shiny, like a knight of armor. And he was described as a special marshal.
Special marshal. Okay.
And I thought we were both colleagues, and he's not a special marshal. That means he has this individual thing he does.
Yes.
In fact, he's like an FRSC person now, isn't he?
Yes, let me explain that.
Can he arrest somebody though?
Oh, definitely.
No.
Yes, he can.
You mean that my friend, who is a broadcaster?
Yes, because he wants to go and join.
Yes, and I welcome it. No, and I welcome it. We welcome it. You know,
what qualifies him though?
That's why I want to.
Because I'm jealous. And
yes,
I
no, don't be jealous.
Hold on, let her tell you how
yes.
I want him.
You know, in FRS, we run what we call. First, let me say this: the Federal Road Safety Corps, with its uniform personnel, cannot do all the job by themselves.
Sure.
Which organization ever has enough manpower? Not just in Nigeria, everywhere in the world. Which organization ever has? So we leverage on cooperation. We leverage on partnership with various groups and individuals. That's the same way we encourage state management agencies to establish their own, we encourage states to establish their own state traffic management agencies.
Yeah, we have one, Destima here.
And I intend to, because in Anambra I had a beautiful working relationship with the state management agency there. I will intend to do that here. Now, the same way we do that is the same way. From inception of FRSC, we run what we call a 3-tier system. What does that mean? You have the regular marshals who are placed under salary, which constitutes myself and others like me in this uniform. Then you have the special marshals, who are men and women of proven integrity, drawn from different walks of life, who are volunteers. Now, if you come in as you're jealousing that your friend,
very obvious.
let me, you see the way I use it, jealousing. As you're jealousing that your friend, let me explain to you that your friend puts in his money.
Okay.
We don't pay him.
Oh.
He puts in his money, he puts in his everything, resources, time, and whatever. He goes on traffic control, he goes on public enlightenment, he goes on patrol. And then he puts in his money. If we need money for so and so in the office, and we think it's going to take time to write all the bureaucratic English and whatever, we turn to that your friend that he's like immediately and say, please, can you help us to do this?
Okay.
They are volunteers.
Yes.
And they have been, we have actually, the FRSC has the largest volunteer group, not just in Nigeria, but in the whole of Africa.
That's beautiful.
Yes, we have. Every other organization is copying us now. It's been there since inception. Now, that's the second tier of the Federal Road Safety Corps. And then we have the third tier of the Federal Road Safety Corps, which is Road Safety Club.
Okay.
Drawn from secondary schools, universities, but now we came down a little bit on universities because of the courts. Yes, so we've jumped it to NYSC. Okay. So you have the secondary schools, even primary schools are now doing a Road Safety Club, and then we jumped to NYSC people. So it's open. All we need to know is your should I say proven track record, to know that you're a philanthropist, to know that you are somebody that can be depended on, you are not of unquestionable character. So go ahead if you're not of unquestionable character.
Okay, and if I can
drop
money for that.
He's very questionable.
He's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman.
Very, very gentleman. So maybe I might join the marshal and arrest somebody who messes up on the road.
Do not use our special marshal's uniform. Why are you
just
on arrest?
Because Commander, basically, if we're still talking about road safety here, let's take note of the fact that there's this lack of seatbelt compliance right now.
If it's there in Delta, I intend to tackle it.
Yes.
Because in Anambra, I know that we had a significant compliance when it comes to seatbelts. And if it is there in Delta, I intend to tackle it. Following that issue of seatbelt compliance is also the issue of route violation. People doing one way. I recognize the fact that the roads in Delta are a little bit whatever, government is trying to improve on roads, but then people take advantage of the bad stretches and they do what we call in common parlance one way. That one way is a risk to people's lives. That one way causes more obstruction than if all of us were to patient enough to take the way we're going to take. So if there is an issue, like I said,
even mothers having their children at the front seat, I have a problem
that's
with that
child
personally.
safety, which Federal Road Safety Corps also frowns on, and we also book on it. I can't remember the number of times I've had to stop parents and talk to them, even if I don't book them. The issue is that most parents do not know that they are placing their children on harm's way. Because I actually had a friend when she was pregnant. Each time she was pregnant and she's driving, she would use a pillow and put in between her stomach and the steering. Trying to protect even the child still inside. Now you carry your child and put your child in front and you say it is love. Your child is crying, I don't want to stay at the back.
Yeah, you carry the child while
or
driving.
you carry the child like this and you're driving.
That.
You are actually doing your child a lot of harm. You don't love that child. If you love your child, you will put your child at the back of your vehicle. Not just at the back of your vehicle, you will spend money to buy a child restaurant seat.
Yes.
They have them even in Okreka. You don't even need to go towards the new one. Until my child was 3 years, she never sat in front, she never sat alone at the back. Until she was 3 years, she was on child restraint seats. When I felt she could be held by the seat belt, I started putting her at the back. Up till today, since my child has been born, whether you're carrying her, you don't sit in front when you're carrying her. she doesn't sit in front. Why? If anything were to happen, I want my child to be right at the back. When you say it, we say it's not my portion, nothing is going to happen. All of us say it's not my portion. People come out from their houses and they say accident is not my portion. And they go out on the road and they have crashes. We are not praying for it. But if it happens, we want to feel that all righteousness had been fulfilled.
Yes.
And then God will now do the one he is known to do as God.
Yes.
So if you carry your child in the front seat, you don't love that child.
Okay, let me deviate a bit from road users to officials of the FRSC. Sometimes I actually frown when I see them. I think in one or two cases I've called out to one and say, you are endangering your life. Even if I am not a staff, but at least I know that it is wrong.
That's a
that
marshal.
you're trying to stop. That's a marshal there. I'm
Okay,
trying
bring
to,
in your application too.
You know, I see them standing in front of a vehicle and flagging the vehicle down. And you see these vehicles, they go on high speed. They don't care. And the driver will tell you, I will hit you if you don't leave my way.
Exactly.
And you see them trying to flag. At a point, I called out and said, you are endangering your life. Just let this man go instead of killing yourself. And then, like, it was bound to happen. On one occasion, at that Onitsha head bridge, because I go to Onitsha almost on a daily, at that head bridge, one of the marshal was hit by a driver. You know, he was standing in front. I was trying to flag the driver down. The driver, on full speed, hit the marshal. He fell on the floor. He was even lifeless. I don't know what happened, but I know they rushed him. And then others were trying to chase that driver. But he ran. They didn't get him. So what would you say concerning this, standing in front and flagging down?
I will even go beyond what do I say and go to what the FRSC management says. Apprehending a driver is not a do or die affair. And the FRSC management has consistently said it. You don't stand in front of a vehicle to start stopping the vehicle. Vehicles lose brake. Their brakes fail. A driver could be overly stubborn. Anything could happen. So you don't stop, you don't stand in front of a vehicle. We have what we call pre-patrol brief all over FRSC formations that is done every morning before they take off on patrol. Part of the things that they are told, the operatives are told, is not to stand in front of vehicles to stop vehicles. You're not the only person that has talked to them about. But you know, sometimes field operatives have this zeal that supersedes caution. Yes, but all we do is to keep talking about it. Because have we lost people because of that? Yes, we have. You said you saw that one and he was lifeless. You don't know what happened. Yes. Well, I can most assuredly tell you that we have recorded deaths like that. Some drivers do it intentionally. Some drivers not intentionally. Probably their brakes fail, especially when it comes to these big the big trucks, the big vehicles, yes. So we keep educating people on that, our operatives on that.
Well, I have too many questions here. I don't know. I have too many things to talk about. I understand now why we have a Federal Road Safety show on radio, on the Voice of Delta. I think that's on every Monday, 10:30. I think we have a show on radio where we talk about road safety. And I think we should keep on having conversations because we think about even the staff safety, just as we're talking about right now. And we think about rescuing attempt of the Federal Road Safety because 27 deaths per 100,000 people that would have been helped by rescuing operations. And that's what WHO says. I don't know how much you've been putting in energy in terms of rescuing, but you know what our time is.
Let me just say this.
In a minute, in a very short minute.
Yes, it's the rescue you spoke about. Like I said, we cannot be everywhere at the same time. The public is our eyes and our ears. If you see any obstruction, any crash, because the shortest period of rescue will always make a difference in whether the people survive or not. Our toll-free number, you don't have to pay, even if you don't have credit, is 122. 122. Anywhere in the country. Call that 122 and tell them exactly where the thing happened. They will call the command closest to it and rescue will be carried out.
We've been talking to Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, Delta State. It's nobody else but Commander Joyce Alexander. Okay, we'll have more conversations on Thursday's edition of Morning Ride. For now, I'll say be safe on the road. Follow the rules of the Federal Road Safety Corps. It was not made for them. It is actually made for you.
Yes.
Morning Ride continues. When we come back, we shall talk more on this particular ride. In fact, we shall go maybe religious. Just stay with us on Morning Ride. We'll be back shortly.